What's up, you guys? It's your dirty blonde host, Bridget B. Welcome to this week's episode, and I'm so excited to do this part of the series. It's the final part, that part 3. We are in. You can see the final result. Well, kinda. A nose job takes quite a while to, it's quite a commitment in terms of the process. From research to basically a year later when you really see the final results. And I'm sure you've heard that quite a bit from other YouTubers and just from people in plastic surgery in general. When I decided to do my nose job, I really did all my research, and it wasn't until I felt 1,000% comfortable. And even when you think you're 1,000% comfortable, you're still not, because I was basically dying. I was so nervous, and I was all alone overseas, which you guys saw in part 2. And thank you so much for your wishes and concerns. I mean so much to me. Well, as you can see right now, we are, I guess, at about 2 weeks, and not perfect. I am still recovering. There's quite a bit of nasal blockage. Here in the center is very swollen. And I am definitely realistic in that it will never be perfect. And I'm not trying to be perfect either. It's more of how can I make myself, feel better? And what are some tweaks that I can do for myself? And this was one of them. And the plastic surgeon, Dr. A, as I call him, which all their information will be down below, treated me so well, and I couldn't have done it without the team there. So I'm gonna take advantage of the questions and the concerns through my Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube, and try and answer as many of them as possible. And I know that having plastic surgery done overseas seems to be really dramatic, especially when in the United States, we are full of wonderful and really capable surgeons. I'm gonna explain my reasons and a couple of other questions all rolled into one. So stay tuned. Big question here, and I'm not surprised. And it's not really Istanbul, it was Izmir, which was a beautiful little oceanfront city. Fortunately, I was able to travel through lockdown. The unfortunate part was that there really wasn't much to enjoy. I went from hospital to hotel to driver to the airport. It was really just a medical trip. Why Turkey? I am very much a fan of good hospitality. I'm the type that if I go to a restaurant, I really want the service to be immaculate. Why? Because that's how I would do it. I used to do retail in college. I worked at Express, and I was the greeter, and I worked at Olive Garden before I got fired. That's another story. And so why Turkey? Well, why not? Turkey is definitely known for its medical tourism. It's no stranger to people like me who decide that they really want the best care possible. Here in the United States, and I'm talking from personal experience, I had 2 breast surgeries done right in the United States, one as of last October, and I love the surgeon. He, I think, did a wonderful job, and I'm thrilled. And my first surgeon was in Glendale, California. So I'm no stranger to the United States. But when it came to the aftercare, I was mortified. This was one of those aspects of my journey that I wish upon no one. Throughout one of my last surgeries here in Miami, although the surgeon was great, the nurse came in and about an hour after I woke up right from massive surgery told me that I overstayed my welcome basically, and I only paid up for an hour to be in after post-op. So they kicked me out of the hospital. I went straight to the hotel by myself after an hour. I was crying, I was so sad, and I realized that it's just not worth the way that certain things are handled here with plastic surgery. Now, that's just my experience. I'm sure if I was, Beyonce or, Angelina Jolie, I would have very different care. But I'm just a regular girl, and sometimes the healthcare is just not up to par. But in countries such as Colombia, Costa Rica, where I got my teeth done, and in Turkey, the aftercare and the care in general is just top notch. I recommend do your research, and if you have any more questions or if you want a video on just that, let me know, comments below. But for now, I can just say that the care alone was the reason why I went to Turkey, and because he's awesome. And of course, the basic question, what do I think of it? Do I love it? Well, I can't say that I'm fully aware as to what its final look is gonna be because I still have to really fully recover. Like I mentioned earlier, this plastic surgery, especially nose job, is a commitment of at least a year. And in terms of the healing process, right now I'm pretty blocked. I can't smell too much. I still sleep with my my mouth fully open, and the breathing can get a little bit intense in the heat or in really cold climate. It's a mess, but I'm getting through it. And I would do it again in a heartbeat, but I really do want people who are doing it, and especially girls who are thinking about going overseas, etc., really do your research and enjoy the journey, but also be very realistic. The $1,000,000 question, what are you doing next? And I feel like a Mr. Potato Head right now where all my pieces have been put together. I can honestly say for now, I'm done for at least for the year. I've done quite a bit of work in the last 8 months. I've been recovering, and slowly but surely, I'm thrilled. I'm so happy. I'm grateful, and I'm blessed that I could have done it. But I also know that I really did put my body through so much. And now it's time to enjoy the fruits of my labor. So I'm going to rest, and I'm going to let the healing really take place. And it's time to enjoy a hot woman summer. As a follower or a subscriber of Dirty Blonde, you are privy to the fact that I have been in the adult industry for quite a few years. And the basis of my thoughts and the reason why I am who I am and the way I am inside is not because of my career. The career is not me. It's a job. I pretty much have a very solid foundation as to who I really am and who the woman behind Bridget B is at home, and she's very different. And that's why this channel was created, because the questions behind the scenes, etc., is definitely a part of the reality and not the fantasy. Being in the industry has created a way for me to express myself in various ways. Obviously, the biggest one is sexually, and also just as a powerful woman, where I make my own terms and where my entire life is based off what I want, how I want it, when I want it, and no one can take that away from me. I hope to be a source not only of inspiration for other girls, but I'm definitely not trying to be anyone's role model. My goal is to be happy, and porn has not created me, it hasn't created this world in my head of I have to look a certain way, but I'm also business savvy, and I also do know that Reinvention is definitely a necessity, especially when you have been in an industry for so long. And I owe it to my fans to always be on the tip of it, like always on top of it. And that means maintaining a healthy lifestyle with Botox and also, you know, eating well and working out, because I am, at the end of the day, an entertainer, and it's 90% visual. So I am not ashamed of it. I don't regret any of it. I'm ecstatic, and I can't wait for whatever it is to come. And with that being said, that is it for me. Part 3 is done of this series. Thank you so much for watching this week and for the kind of reveal, because I still have a long ways to go for the recovery. But thank you so much for the well wishes. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free, make all the comments down below, hit subscribe, hit the like button. There's so much more to come, and stay tuned for next week's fresh and dirtier episode of The Dirty Blonde. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.